Hey guys, Jack Cuddy here. I figure I'm just gonna do some quick picks for the upcoming NFL week. Just knowing what I know now, if the game starts at halftime, fuck it, not gonna watch it. Gonna go to sleep instead. So, if you're wondering why, well, I already have these two teams already in the same tier. They're both kind of going nowhere right now. So, um, yeah, nothing's gonna change at this point, regardless. So, Raiders versus Rams. Right now, since the Raiders are kind of, I put them at an oddball versus the Rams, which are kind of crappy. Raiders should win decently, but I mentioned before, Rams are kind of on a slight uptick, and Raiders tend to screw themselves over as an oddball, so they can they can lose to anyone at any given day. The +6, it's okay. Um, I'm not feeling super strong about it though. Vikings and Lions. This one is a toss up. Like they already have them under pretty good toss up to me. The one I already marked before I decided to start this video was the Jets at +9 with the +340, which actually, speaking with the +9 as the spread, I have the Jets up as pretty good and actually a tick behind Buffalo. So I don't know why. I mean, people are mixing that up. I feel like Jets are relatively strong enough. This is a maybe in hindsight it'll look stupid, but I think this is a pretty strong line, at least compared to like the logic that I put here. So the +9 seems pretty damn good. The +340 actually seems like good value just to me. Eagles Giants. So we have Eagles up here and Giants. They're pretty much in the same rung. Both can probably beat each other any given week. The fact that the Giants are a rival does help. But Philadelphia is too explosive, but I can't convince myself to say that the Eagles are just going to run away with this game. I'm not going to try to force a bet here. So +250 in the Giants isn't terrible. Though personally, I would prefer to see the Eagles win. So not liking that -6 or not liking that +6 and a 6.5. +7.5, I actually like that a lot more. So let's keep going. Browns and Bengals. I have the Bengals as a Super Bowl ready against. I think the Browns are garbage with the team as is. They beat the worst team in the NFL. That I think Miami gave up or allowed for gave 2 touchdowns for Houston. So really, any team that's facing Houston, their defense gets to step up and score points. That's what's going on now. It's insane. So they're not going to have that with the Bengals this year. They might put some pressure on Joe Burrow, but I think they are pretty stacked right now. So even as the -6, that's pretty good. I can't imagine this. I feel like this is just going to be a rout. Um, Texas versus Cowboys. This should be a beatdown, +17. Uh, this really should be a beatdown on all court, but I feel like um, Texans probably got beat down so bad last week that they're probably focusing their energy this week. So as much as I don't want to make that +17 bet happen, I'm not touching that game. Uh, Jags, Titans. Um, Jags here, Titans, rung above. This game's always close. Oh, look, +3.5. I don't like them. I don't like either or. Actually, the Jags +3.5 is pretty good. In the same tier, one tier, but I feel like the Jaguars, the Titans really don't have enough defensive firepower to actually slow down the Jags in this case, and Jags are gonna learn from their mistakes last week and bounce back. So I actually like the +3.5 here, pretty good. Um, Especially +3.5, +2.5, no, +3.5. It's not too bad. Um, Ravens Steelers. It's a divisional matchup, but even we have Ravens kind of on the lower end. They're pretty good versus Steelers, which they seem to be trudging along. I don't trust either team, to be honest. This Ravens +3 might be okay. Not feeling strongly about it. I feel like this it's just a coin flip at this point. So no. Chiefs versus Denver Broncos. I have the Chiefs Super Bowl ready. The Broncos and garbage. Um, there should be a beatdown. Period. Like unless if Russell Wilson's starting, this should just be a beatdown. or at the very least like 9-20 or 9-24, something along those lines, which would be low scoring for the Chiefs actually, but I do like the Chiefs -9 as well. Um, Panthers versus Seahawks. Panthers Seahawks is a big difference here. Carolina doesn't really, to me, it doesn't seem like they know what the hell they're doing too much. Seattle seems to be, I don't know if they're on the downfall, but just seems like this -3.5 is a little bit too much, like pretty low. I feel like it's gonna be like a +5.5 or -5.5 game. Um, yeah, even just based on these tiers, seems like it's a gimme. Let's see, Buccaneers 49ers. Buccaneers 49ers. San Francisco should win. Um, hell, if I look up at this game right now, right, still 10-3 at halftime. I think it's just going to still be a close game. I don't trust the San Francisco offense without Jimmy G at the moment. I'm actually going to avoid that. I'm avoiding that so far. Only because every game really matters for this team, and they're not out of the playoff hunt, so they're still going to be playing pretty apt. Miami Dolphins versus Chargers. Dolphins Chargers should be a toss up, and it is a toss up between those two. Hooray. Let's see, LA Chargers. I feel like the Chargers might actually squeak this one out. I like the +3 on them. And then the Patriots, Cardinals. Yeah, the Cardinals is potentially wasted, but the Patriots, not too, they're kind of good. Um, Nothing really too telling. I mean, these teams can beat these teams in any given week. Patriots, they're really just weird. Um, Especially in a Monday night game, Cardinals need the win. Patriots may need the win. I mean, I'm going to say may need the win, but I feel like they could clutch up a bit. This game is just about right. This is not an easy pick, regardless of the tier. All right, so that's what I got. We'll figure out if I win later on. But these are some bets. Good luck.